And we're back in Trails of Cold Steel 3. Last time we had some explosive revelations, although it was a block scene, so I couldn't record it, and I didn't have a capture card in hand. But just to recap, George is in cahoots with the gnomes, and that Crow's body was swapped with a dummy in his grave. And Angelica found out. George and another man was with him. We didn't see if she got shot, but we heard a bullet fired. So who knows? But George is in cahoots with the gnomes. That's for sure. Okay, so who are these folks? These are not the branch campus folks. Is this the main campus students? That's what I think. Because this is not a train, this is a big ass airship that can house these knights, these soul thoughts. And you can see from their uniforms, they're not our colors. Who's that dude? Okay. Blue-haired captain. Oh, it's Laura's dad, the Radiant Blade Master.
We are now over the western part of the Isengard mountain range.
Right?
Estimated arrival in Heimdall is 1410.
Maintain current course and speed.
This is the badass of the previous two Cold Steel games.
Once we reach Ulster, adjust course to run parallel to the railroad.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You have my thanks, Your Grace.
And this is Rufus.
Your assistance this
Neidhart.
past week has been invaluable.
Okay. I kind of forgot who this is. Was he a bracer?
Think nothing of it. This is the Crimson Wing's job, after
Well,
all.
he was definitely in the previous game.
I've no doubt your first bout of field exercises in Northumbria saw you even busier than I.
Yeah, I'm thinking if he was a teacher. I actually don't remember.
It is I who should be thanking you for your hard work.
To be honest, I'm having a difficult time deciding how to proceed as a teacher.
Perhaps that is a sign of General Craig's influence. I would advise you to follow your own convictions for the time being. That way, you may...
Ah, instructor. There you are.
Who's this voice? Is that Lecter?
Cadet Arner.
No, it's not him.
Greetings, my lord.
Oh, is that Cedric?
Seeing it up close,
Yeah,
the Courageous is truly amazing.
the little rascal.
And though it was barely used during the Civil War, its main cannon is certainly impressive as well. Perhaps we should get cruisers to match our fleet of battleships.
Cadet.
It is true that during an emergency, such power may prove beneficial.
Wonder if we'll see our Victor again in action.
Learning when to use one's power and when to refrain is an important lesson.
Are they here for some lessons?
If that is the lesson your field exercises have taught you, then I'd say it is safe to declare them a success.
Yes, of course.
I don't think that's what's taught.
My
think-
thanks, Captain Arcade. I look forward to seeing you
I don't
again.
think Cedric has learned the right lessons.
I wish you luck patrolling the summer festival alongside my older brother.
What does that mean? Is Oliver gonna be involved? We haven't seen him since Crossbell. Yeah, and speaking of previous time, we concluded the Lemaire chapter. It was a big chapter. We defeated Arianrod and her big robot, showed us her face, and as suspected, she was the Lance Maiden. And who was back way hundreds of years ago, so she's also a reanimated corpse, I'm guessing. But that's my guess, and I think I'm correct. I think this is Heimdall, if not mistaken. Wonder where the next chapter will take us. We've been through Cosbel, Lemaire, what was the first one? Was it? No. Sutherland. That's the first field exercise. What's next for us? Where are we going? New place? An old place? Got some, but I think we have, of course, Min Schmidt's lab, random dungeons, another Soldat training day, free day, the usual. We're gonna spend those again.
Damn it! How many times have they slipped away like that now? There's no end to it!
Who are they chasing after?
We need help from the Intelligence Division or the RMP.
Man, it'd be nice if all we had to deal with are those half-wits.
Who are these guys?
But we can't afford to let our guard down.
They look like ordinary people.
Spread out and lay low until the appointed time. Be sure you've got your Ramdas ready to use.
Roger. Recommencing mission.
Rammed us? Are they playing hide and seek? Uh-oh.
Red flowers?
No, that's bad news. We're gonna see ourselves some... Yeah, there you go. Cryptid monsters again.
I don't think so.
Wait, who's talking? Somebody defeated that ghost, Vida, and burned the grass.
There's no end to them.
Emma, Vida, witches. Vida, of course. That's Vida.
The eyes which served as the vessel for the bringer of miracles. But when the flame consumed the mirage, the fairy tale became that of the Empire. So as a professional, how do you intend to intervene?
Professional what?
Was I that obvious? To be perfectly honest, I'm having a bit of trouble finding a lead. I was hoping we could work together as friends and colleagues and have ourselves a little information exchange.
Who's this dude?
I could even help you bury the hatchet with the elder of your clan, perhaps?
That's right. You have an agreement with her, don't you? Well, I'll consider your offer. However, I ask that you play nice from now on, Mr. Former History Instructor.
Okay, so this is someone we know from the past games, but...
Or should I say, Second Dominion, Thomas Lysander the Partitioner.
Wow. He's I got my Growlsritter and Stahlritter confused, but whatever order Kevin is part of. Growlsritter, right? Thomas. Okay. Where's Kevin, by the way? We haven't seen him since Trails to Azure, right? In the finale chapter, he piloted one of the airships that I think he played bait so that we can do our stuff. I think that's what he did. That was his role last time. Meanwhile, now loading. I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised with the lack of Lloyd Bannings in this game. The only time we've seen him is that fist bump of sorts, where he was standing on top of some rocks while we passed by on the train. That's it. Can you believe it? That's the only thing we've seen of Lloyd Bannings. All this time he was in prison in Disneyland. Then, when that Operation Birdcage was done, he just did a fist bump. That's shocking to me. That can't be it. That can't be it. It's the Emperor, Eugent. Why is the Empress Priscilla have a sad face?
I would not have expected that Olivert would be missing the party like this.
Because the prince is not here.
It is unfortunate, yet understandable, given the current situation. With the Crimson Wings safeguarding Heimdall's skies, I'm sure the citizens will feel at ease.
Yes, but I can't help but feel bad for him.
Sure.
I wonder if he's been upset over Cedric's actions of late.
Olivert isn't the type to let that get to him. You should know this as well as I.
We don't like Cedric.
No, you're right. He was only a young boy when he lost his mother and was adopted into the Imperial family.
Not the royal? Okay, maybe that's the same.
I would have understood if he hadn't accepted me, given his early life. But he gladly welcomed me as his stepmother, and was truly happy when Alphen and Cedric were born.
Yes, that is the virtue he possesses. It's easy to believe he has friends not simply across Erebonia, but the entire continent.
Yes. However, recently, even though Cedric once looked up to his older brother, he
what?
Pardon me, Your Majesty. Chancellor Osborne would like an audience.
Speaking of
Very
someone
well. Send him in.
we haven't seen a lot of, Osborne. He hasn't been appearing in cutscenes that much. But here he is. Still the same haircut. Is this his first time showing himself?
My apologies for interrupting, my liege. You as well, Lady Priscilla.
That's why he had that title card, profile name thing.
No. It's quite all right. I shall excuse myself now.
She seems to have some worries about the prince.
It is to be expected, so long as she sees things differently from you.
Understood.
What does that mean? About seeing things differently from you, Osborne?
In any event, it seems things are beginning to line up with what was written in the records.
Is that the ultimate goal, to make sure everything lines up?
Yes, though we set the timing for the Civil War ourselves. By this point, however, the ending is all but decided. But are you certain this is all right? Leaving everything in my hands?
As I told you 14 years ago, if there truly is no other way to avoid this end, then I shall leave it all to you.
What end?
It may place a great burden on my sons, but could not the same be said of you?
Okay, so who are his kids? We got Lloyd. Sorry, you got Reen.
Yes, my liege.
And I'm assuming Ash. Who else? Because there's more than one kid. Boys, he said. Radiant Heimdall. It's like a radiant garden, huh? Right? It's not a hollow bastion. It's now July 4, Tuesday. And it's summer, so we're gonna have summer clothes. No more jackets. But it's hot. It's an oven. Come on. Really? You didn't make summer costumes for the people? For the characters? Why, Falcom? And what event would that be? The summer festival? Are we gonna have some sort of beach competition? Not history class. Reen has his glasses on. Drycles. He's somewhere out there still, right? I think we saw a cutscene of Drycles. So he's not the first emperor, but he was the emperor back in the Big War. Prince Drykos. Okay, Leanne Sandlot. Right, so they're both alive still.
I have a question. Was that person you and the other instructors fought the real Saint Leanne?
Yes, she is reanimated. As a puppet, as a zombie.
Without a doubt. She was tremendously strong, and that aura of hers certainly seemed real. But it's possible one of Ouroboros' members is just posing as her.
Or she's reanimated.
Let's put that aside for now, though.
From her genetic data. Who knows? It can be anything. All sorts of explanation is possible.
Don't
be stingy.
Yeah, stingy. Milliam, sorry, not Milliam. Altina, stop pretending you're taking notes. There's nothing on your notebook. It's empty. You too, Ash. Stop pretending. You too, Muse. Nobody is writing anything. Of course, it's going to be a comparison. The expectation is that the main campus should kick everyone's butts here, but it's time to prove them wrong. So, Kurt, are you going to be our number one student? Are you gonna be the one to embarrass little Prince Cedric? Faculty meeting. Yeah, it's all up to them now. Because their preparations are complete. They're probably gonna do something big, which will be the final chapter of this game, I'm guessing. But it's not a chapter 4, because usually when it's a final chapter, they're gonna say the finale, or like final chapter. It's not just chapter 4. Okay. Probably the final school day, sorry, the final field exercise, I'm guessing. Because this might be the final normal chapter. It is the Lance Maiden. 3 dead folks, resurrected, reanimated. What's up with them? So yeah, I said last time that Victor was the badass in the previous games, because in this game it's clearly Aurelia. Come on. She defeated the Lance Maiden. That's insane. Alright, we're gonna do our rounds again next time. It was a long introductory cutscene to chapter 4. And we'll check up on everyone, student and faculty alike, next time in Trails of Cold Steel 3, Chapter 4.